REST is a powerful architecture to expose APIs to the clients. It has been in use for many years now, and almost all of us are using it in some or the other way. Either it is a microservices architecture or it's a monolithic architecture. But do you know that Facebook does not use REST anymore? Then what do they use? They use GraphQL, which is Graph Query Language. So from the name itself, it is evident that it's not something like REST. GraphQL deals with query. GraphQL was developed by Facebook to render the data into its UI, because initially they were using RESTful APIs as all of us are using right now. But with that particular architecture, they faced a lot of issue on the client side, on the front end side, from the data perspective. Like whatever data they needed, actually the RESTful endpoint, either that endpoint was giving more information, multiple endpoints which were required to get that particular information. In that scenario, they came up with an architecture and they named it as GraphQL, which will expose just a single endpoint, and all the query or all the data needs of the client will be fulfilled via that particular endpoint only. What is GraphQL then? GraphQL is a new API standard that provides a more efficient, powerful, and flexible alternative to REST. GraphQL uses declarative data fetching, which means fetch only those data which are actually needed. GraphQL server exposes a single endpoint and responds to the queries. So clients don't have to remember the list of endpoints they need to interact with. They just have to remember one single endpoint, and they just have to fire in the query which they want data for. Let's have a glimpse at what Graph Query language looks like. So if you see on the left hand side, this is a GraphQL query, which will be a request fired or triggered from a client side to the single endpoint which GraphQL exposes. It's not JSON, it's a query. So it has all persons, then name, age, post, and title. So looking at this query, we can recognize that this particular query needs data for the person's name, his age, and the post and the title of that post. Okay, so if that query is fired, then in response, the GraphQL server will return a JSON data. Okay, and that data will exactly have that details which was asked for. It has name, age, post, title, and likewise the array of data. It does not have anything more than what was asked for, and it does not have less than what was asked for. This is what GraphQL is. By this way, it also reduces that shortcoming of underfetched data and overfetched data. Okay, let us see an example. Suppose you have to make a recipe, and for that particular recipe, you need rice, you need vegetable, you need meat. So rice you will get at grocery store, vegetable you will get at vegetable stores, and meat you will get at meat store. You don't have an option to buy all this stuff from one particular location. Then what you'll do, you will go and buy groceries from grocery store, or you will order groceries from grocery store. It will get delivered to you. Vegetables from vegetable stores, and likewise meat from meat store. And then whenever you will get all those items, you will be going and preparing that particular end product. Okay, so for that particular reason, you have to go to 3 places to actually accomplish a task. Is there any simpler way to get all the data or all the items here? What if there exists a shop or online vendor which will note down all the things you need, and it will take care of procuring it and delivering it, all the order items at once? So you'll go to that particular, you will place an order, you will fire up that item list to that particular vendor. Okay, it will note down those list of items, it will give you back the items. Okay, so this is how GraphQL works. GraphQL helps clients express their client data need more precisely to the servers instead of invoking multiple REST endpoints and get overloaded with extra data. With GraphQL, clients have the ability to ask for exact data they need and will exactly get those in response from the same single endpoint exposed by GraphQL. So that's it in this session. I'll explain the difference between GraphQL and the REST in the next session, and also what were the shortcomings of RESTful architecture that was overcome by GraphQL architecture. Till then, signing off. Do hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you like this video.